Hello and welcome to Starting Points, where one thing leads to another. These are called jackdaws, and in every package of jackdaw you have a bunch of primary sort of information. Could be maps, could be drawings of the time, Champlain's astrolabe, and the contents are listed on the back. Indian encounter, Champlain's sketch, map of explorations, etc. Indian diplomacy, life in New France, Louisbourg. Oh, that was a touchstone. A number of people came up from New England to fight to take Louisbourg in the first battle there, and they won it. And then when the war finished, the secession of Austrian, the settlement the English made involved giving it back to the French. So there were still some who had fought at Louisbourg when they were maybe 20 that fought against the British, had bad feelings. Spy at Quebec, I've shown you. Soldier at Quebec. There sure are a lot of things about war. In fact, I looked it up. I looked it up on Wikipedia, and a list of revolutions and rebellions. And I got an amazing list. It went on and on and on. And we tend to just think of what's going on maybe in Canada and the United States, but all over the world, people just don't seem to be able to get along very well. This is battle at Quebec. So here's a jackdaw wolf at Quebec. Struggle for the 14th colony. Originally, people like Benjamin Franklin thought there might be 15 colonies. Nova Scotia might join with them, and Quebec might join with them. But Nova Scotia felt they had too many ties with the English Navy. Too much business went through Halifax and things like that they wouldn't. And Quebec decided not to either. The American Revolution, this is a heavy one. There's a lot in this. Oh my goodness me. General George Washington taking the salute at Trenton. Broadsheets, tea, tax, and trouble. Gentleman Johnny, the old fox. Letter from George Washington to Governor Clinton. American paper money. Order of battle. Diagrams drawn by George Washington for battle formations in December 1777. Wow. Plan of Boston and Bunker Hill, the scene of one of the first battles in the war. Well, I just thought I'd share them with you. There's something that I think perhaps might be useful if you had a bulletin board to display things, or maybe, anyway, for high school students would be my guess. The Year of the Hangman I shared this with you last time because and so it reminded me of George Washington, Benjamin Franklin, and of Benedict Arnold that was in this book, because here's guns for Washington, and Benedict Arnold remembers that he'd helped take Fort Ticonderoga, and they had all kinds of cannons and guns and flints for the rifles, and so they get this, have to haul these in the winter because that would be the only way, due to they could slide them in sleds over the snow. Traitor, The Case of Benedict Arnold by Jean Fritz. Oh, did I say I'd shared this book with you once, Seymour writ, but it just, the connections were made. This is by Jean Fritz, and I really like her books. I'm going to show you several in this. This is Finishing Becca, a story about Peggy Shippen and Benedict Arnold. It's by Anne Rinaldi, and all these books are historical fiction. And here's Jean Fritz. Where was Patrick Henry on the 29th of May? Now, I want to show you a lot of Anne Rinaldi books because I think she's just an amazing, she's dead now, writer of historical fiction. Here's Or Give Me Death. This was an eye-opening, powerful story. A novel of Patrick Henry's family. So here you get a book that's maybe ideal for 10-year-olds, and here you get a book for older teenagers and adults. Here's the same two at work again. Jean Fritz. And then what happened, Paul Revere? Neatly done story. And The Secret of Sarah Revere by Anne Rinaldi. Here's Anne Rinaldi. Time Enough for Drums. And this is that's still in the north of the United the colonies. Cast Two Shadows: The American Revolution in the South by Anne Rinaldi. Story of Phyllis Wheatley, Poetess of the American Revolution by Shirley Graham. Here she is, taken as a very young woman, and taken to England, and she became quite a poet. And there's another book that I've not read by Anne Rinaldi about her. Jean Fritz, Cast for Revolution. Well, I'm a big Jean Fritz fan, and so I checked to see if they had anything at the University of Victoria Library by her, and this book showed up. And I thought, whoa! So I've just gotten it, and I'll let you know. But I've read the first few pages and said, oh, this is good, this is going to be good. So this I just heard about by chance. By chance. It's called The Hornet's Nest, a novel of the Revolutionary War, which means the American Revolutionary War. But there's certainly, if you look on Wikipedia, a list of revolutions and rebellions starting from BC days right on up. It's just, well, around the world, people just don't seem to be able to get along well. It's not anything new. It's just, it's been ongoing. Have a look at that. Actually, you know, it's mind-boggling and eye-opening. So, by a guy named Jimmy Carter, the only president to write a fiction book. He wrote many other things too. I was surprised. The Kite Writer by Geraldine McCaughrean. And I showed this book to you last time, but it reminded me of The Last Silk Dress by Anne Rinaldi. Now, she came across a document where one of the Southern generals mentioned about there being, that they managed to have a balloon that they were going to use, like the Northern forces had, and they were going to use silk dresses. And it's, well, quite a story. The city that she uses for this to take place was Richmond, and the starts in a home which is being used as a hospital. This is a book called Gentle Annie, a true story of a Civil War nurse. Oh, it's by Mary Frances Shura. Shura. I just, you know, you had to, it was dangerous stuff, and to comfort these soldiers and to do what she did, it, no comforts of a home to work and nurse, be in charge of nursing a soldier. She was right in the mix of things. And here's another book called Behind Rebel Lines, the incredible story of Emma Edmonds, Civil War spy, by Seymour Reed. I was sharing you the Seymour Reed about. Well, this is an amazing story as well. I mean, really, the things, the disguises that she used and the work that she did, and she got recognition. It's a true story. And Wolf by the Ears. It's time to make a choice, it says, by Anne Rinaldi. And this is the story of Harriet Hennings. I had heard about that, but not in as much personal detail as put into this historical fiction novel, but it's based on all kinds of research. I mean, that's the thing that's so amazing about Anne Rinaldi. She researches things out, and the story of Oni Judge, George Washington's runaway slave. She was a dressmaker and all for Martha, and why? Why? Well, quite something. In my father's house, and this is a part of the Southern battle scene, as is, and that's by Anne Rinaldi, as is The Ever After Bird by Anne Rinaldi in my father's house. And this is a compilation of by George Sullivan. It's called In the Line of Fire, 8 Women War Spies. In particular, mentions Edmonds. So one of the 8 is Edmonds, who's just well, and she was amazing. And a person called Lydia Darragh, Darragh, and she helped save the life of George Washington. This book is called Secret Missions, 4 True Stories, True Life Stories by Ellen Levine, Levine. And that includes Lydia Darragh and a Canadian man that I'd never heard of before. His name was, obviously I haven't memorized his name, Alexander Ross, Man in Disguise. And it also has in there William Still. He was an underground agent in Philadelphia. And when a slave made it to Philadelphia, he would help them and help locate them and move past them along and things and look after them. But before he sent them anywhere, he got their story. He wrote down their story and kept these documents. And I've just come across where the book that he put together of these is available, and I hope to pick up a copy of it. Well, thank you for joining me. Until next time, bye for now.